What's up, everybody? We are back at it again. This is your boy Jose Cruz, and we are here at the military dinner tonight here in Clovis, California. We have my man Mike, owner, operator at Hero Sports. We've been talking about you, man.
Absolutely, yeah, man.
What's going on? Tell us about Hero Sports, what you guys are doing here. Maybe give a whole umbrella of what Hero Sports is, and when did it start?
Yeah, so Hero Sports officially started back in 2015. I served 8 years as an Army combat medic. I went to physical therapy school, and I worked at the Brooke Army Medical Center and the Center for the Intrepid in San Antonio, Texas, basically rehabbing critically wounded service members from battlefield injuries. And I did that for 9 years, and just my love for helping those folks grew, and I started supporting them through sports activities that I just paid for out of my own pocket there in San Antonio, and kept growing and growing, and finally I had to figure out how to grow that to be able to support itself and not only support those that I was already supporting, but grow it to support the masses. So I mean, we started in San Antonio, Texas. Currently we have grown to do programs for veterans in 20 different states now, and this event right here just helps grow not only the support here for the local community, but for California, as we continue to do more stuff here, because we do have a Southern California chapter as well, so down in San Diego. But we started here, and this is just one of our big events that support the cause. So.
Yeah. So how'd you get in contact with Brandy at Events Boost to put all this on?
Yeah. So she actually found us on Instagram. Just the power of social media, right? She saw what we were doing. Started kind of following the journey, and then reached out and was like, hey, I put on fundraisers for, local things here, police, fire, military, and I love what you guys are doing, and I want to do one here. And that's how we started 3 years ago, doing the first fundraiser here. And then now, not only has it grown from a fundraiser, but now we're doing programming here. So the funds that we're raising now are going back into the local community to support the local veterans here.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to ask, where does it go? How does it help them out? Did you see that there was a need for that? Was it lacking here in the community, that support?
Well, the biggest thing is like we're not raising awareness, right? There's awareness out there that veterans are committing suicide, right? But what we're doing is we're putting programs in place to prevent suicides. We're actually reducing the number of suicides by having the programs of sports, outdoors, and recreation that get them out involved in the community and getting them to know other veterans. And it's just the power of veterans getting together and doing life together and creating that community outside of the military is huge.
That is huge, man, because again, I follow you guys' Instagram. You guys flown veterans out to UFC fights.
Yeah, for sure.
You've flown them out, just like you said, take them out and just vent.
For sure.
Because I know some veterans, man, these guys, because the whole meaning for Still Here is I got sick a while back, died of COVID, came back, and it took me out. I had bacterial double pneumonia back to back, and just a hard time, man. But these veterans, the things they face, the things they've experienced. Some of my buddies, even they were hit. They communicate different.
For sure.
Like my buddy Carlos, man, quit being a pussy, bro, and just go.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a different communication with these veterans, man.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when you get them around each other, that's how they vent. That's how they communicate how they're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, and our community is special, right? Like we can say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, stop being a pussy, and it's like, oh, that guy actually likes me because he just said, hey, stop being a pussy, right?
I think I still have that message.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, it's like, hey, man, hey, stop being a little bitch,
Yeah,
it's like,
dude.
wait, hey, okay, yeah, man, he really cares about me because, he's actually, showing that affection, the brotherhood way through the military.
I feel like it's real. Even though I've always loved and supported the military, man. But my buddy Carlos was just, him and Andy, these guys are like, quit being a little bitch. Yeah, someone just, quit being a little bitch, man. And because, dude, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't walk, I lost all function. But that made me laugh. That made me feel better because there were so many times I didn't want to. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want. What's up, girl? And man, and so now with these type of events, man, these veterans are getting that love, and they're showing each other that type of love in that way.
Well, and not only that, but it goes beyond the event, right? Because now you've met somebody. You guys have common interest, and now you're doing things together outside of just even the organization to connect you know, in the community outside of our events, you know. So you see husbands and wives hanging out with other husbands and wives, and you know, kids that met each other wanting to go play with other kids, and you know, it really creates that sense of community that you miss once you're outside of the military, and you know, it's fortunately saving lives. You know, and that's ultimately what, you know, my job as a combat medic was to save lives on the battlefield. My job at the hospital was to rehab those lives that were wounded in action, and now I'm back to saving lives through an organization that does stuff for veterans across the country. So
that's awesome, man. I think that story alone is dope. You know, one thing I love about our brand is that everybody is still here, veterans especially, man. Life can hit, you can lose your jobs. COVID hit, a lot of people survived it, so they're still here, man. So I love that's one thing I love about this brand. A lot of these veterans are like, bro, that's sick. I love it. That resonates, you know. And I feel like what you guys are doing for the veterans and for the veterans around the nation, man, that's big. Where do you feel like now? Where do you see this going now that you're starting to see the growth and it's like getting its wheels? You know, now you're starting. Where do you see this going in the next 5 years?
Yeah, so you know, what I would like to be able to do is eventually have a center, kind of like a center of excellence, where we can bring veterans in and have our own programs through, you know, drug and alcohol, you know, mental health, you know, different things that veterans struggle with that we help them already with. I would like to do that in-house. You know, right now we farm that stuff out, you know, like we send them to a center, you know, but I would like to be able to do that kind of stuff in-house with our own counselors and our own programs. And then, you know, also another thing that I would like to be able to do within that center is like a health and wellness programs, you know, just getting veterans back active, not necessarily like gym memberships, but more just, you know, sport-specific type training, you know, like if you want to go out and play softball, well, 2 days a week we want you to come in here and do these softball-specific exercises to be ready to go play on a Tuesday night, you know, or, you know, different things like that. And then, you know, obviously we do hunting and fishing trips, so, you know, we do hunting and fishing all across the country and get veterans out of the house and through the outdoors. And then other things that we do is, you know, like you said, you know, tickets to sporting events. You know, we took a group from here actually up to Corey Anderson's fight in San Jose 3 or 4 months ago. You know,
I remember that.
Yeah, so we had a great time. All local California veterans up there, and they get to hang out with Corey after his fight. You know, I mean, it's different than just tickets. It's an experience. You know, it's you know, going beyond just here's some free tickets to an event. You know, it's like, let's create a whole experience where you get to go out to eat with a bunch of group of veterans and get to know each other before we even go to the fight. You know, we go to the fight and then we hang out, you know, and during the fight and kind of get to know each other a little more. And then after the fight, you know, we actually get to hang out with the fighter that we're there watching, you know, and it's like, this is pretty cool.
That's dope. How'd you guys get connected with the UFC? Was it just kind of like, hey, just buy it, and or how'd you get connected with that?
So the very first event we did in 2015 was a slow pitch softball game in New Jersey. We had a local group there that knew about our team. Like, we still weren't even a nonprofit. It was just me paying for a team. And some local person that was putting on this event called and said, hey, we want to bring your team up here to be the veterans that play in this game. And fortunately for us, we raised the money to go up there and paid for everybody to travel. And we had, like, you know, Todd Frazier and Jeff Frazier, former Major League Baseball players, Frankie Edgar from the UFC. You know, Corey Anderson had just won the Ultimate Fighter back then, so he was there training. Justin Gagey was there training with Frankie for an upcoming fight. So Marlon Moraes and, you know, just a whole bunch of different fighters from their camp, you know, came out and played in the game, dope. You know, and they're just like, man, this is pretty cool. Like, you know, if we can do anything further. And then so it was like, hey, you know, why don't you guys bring a couple of veterans to our next fight, you know? So that's kind of how Frankie, you know, started that. So Frankie gave us some tickets to his fight in Austin. So we took a group there, and then, you know, Corey's like, every time I fight, I want a group of veterans there. So him and Justin and just the whole crew, man, they've really rallied around that. And, you know, now, you know, we just have a bunch of different fighters. Obviously, Chuck's supposed to be here tonight, you know, so Chuck Liddell's going to be here. So, you know, just have grown a staple of different fighters that just support the cause.
That's dope.
It's awesome.
Dude, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you're doing this, man. Can anybody hit you up or just donate to you guys, their website or somewhere they can go?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, heroesports.org, HEROES sports.org. That's our website. You can go right there, make a donation. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Hero Sports or Heroes_sports on Instagram. And, just follow the journey, man. And if you like what you see, support it, that's really it, like whether we raise $1 or we raise $100,000, the mission is to support veterans and service members, and that's what we're going to do and continue to do. I was in Florida from Tuesday to...
Yeah, I remember you were saying that.
Yeah, I was in Florida from Tuesday to Friday. There was a 150-team military softball tournament there. Yeah. We gave away a service dog to a Navy corpsman that saved lives on the battlefield as well. So we gave him a service dog yesterday, and then flew over here for this. And then this past week we had veterans out in Texas dove hunting and just all kinds of different things all the time that just support the mission.
Bro, we got to get still here on the road and follow you, man. Let's talk to these guys,
for sure, man.
I'd
love to.
We are portable. We are legit. Yeah. We can go anywhere, man.
Yeah, no, man. That's what it's about, man. It's just trying to get the message out there that we are an organization that helps veterans. And there's thousands of them out there that all do great things for veterans. But if you happen to like what we do through sports, outdoors, and recreation, and using that as a vehicle to help them beyond that, so our tagline is going beyond the game. So we provide the opportunities, but we really create relationships to know what their struggle is, and that's really what I think a lot of people don't ever see. That part of it is because we keep that private. People struggle. I don't want to use someone's struggle as a way to propaganda on social media someone's difficult time, so we handle all that stuff privately. So
that's awesome.
It's just part of my medical background is just keeping patient confidentiality type stuff and just not broadcasting like, oh, we sent so and so to 10 days of alcohol treatment. It's like we just did it. It doesn't have to be like, hey, this guy's struggling, look how good we are. It's that was never the mission of what we were trying to do. It's just, let's just figure out how to help more veterans and save their lives. So that's really what it's about. So.
That's dope. You guys listening and watching, man, support this. We're gonna have all the links in the bio and the description, man. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here all night. I just want to say thank you for letting us be here. We just had the Iceman just run by, but you know what? We're finna talk to him, man. But Mike, I appreciate it. You got my support. Whatever you need me to do, man, I'm down. I want to help out.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Thanks for jumping on, man, and telling the story. All right, you guys, we'll be right back.